a good ball played in for Tony Morley. Oh, he missed it! It is! Peter Will! Villa in the lead!
Hello, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. Please subscribe and give this video the thumbs up. Make sure to smash the like button, and you can help me to the road to 2K. This is the match preview after Aston Villa's huge statement win against Newcastle United. It was actually crucial for the UCL race, and we've got a big test at the Etihad Stadium against Man City on Tuesday night. It is an 8 PM kickoff in the Premier League. But both teams are in good form. Momentum is with us. Well, it's a bit of a different show today. I'll be doing this podcast on my own because of unforeseen circumstances. So if anyone wants to comment during this live video, feel free. But before I get into all that, I've got a special announcement to make. So I'll just get it up on the screen. So there's been a lot of posts on X and Twitter and other social media in the last few days. But I have organised a charity event with me and Michael Huggins. And Michael Huggins is a great guy. He's a community champion. Me and Michael have joined forces together to raise money for Acorns Children's Hospice. And we have a great event planned. It's on Friday the 2nd of May, 7:30 PM at the Aston Inn. And if you get your tickets, you can have £10 on the door, or you can donate £10 online. And that £10 will go towards Acorns. I'll just announce the special guests we got. So I'll be doing special guest interviews with Paddy Kelly. There'll be a DJ, and there'll be a raffle. The special guest joining us, we have Justin will be there for the UTV fan channel. Justin Hawthorne. We've had she'll be at the event, and she's for the UTV fan channel. Also, Frankie Moore for All Villa No Filler will be there as well. And also, there could even be some more surprises in store. A few more surprise guests as well. It's going to be a very proud moment for me. And after all these years, after what Acorns have done for me, which is nice, I want to give something back to them. I think at this event will definitely do that. So make sure to get your tickets and don't miss out on a great night. Well, then, so we'll get into the preview then. So I'm going to talk a bit about the Newcastle game. That result was absolutely violent at the weekend. It was a huge statement, especially for the Champions League race. And personally, if I was a Nottingham Forest fan and a Chelsea fan, right now actually would be quite worried. Because you would have bet against us. Because I think now we've got ourselves in a great position. Like I said at the start of the show, momentum is with us. I think that going back to that PSG game, I think to the end of the season now, we need to play in that same manner. I heard Emery before the match. He said they wanted to use the PSG game as sort of motivation. And I think they definitely showed it in the Newcastle game. And, we didn't just beat Newcastle. We absolutely battered them. I mean, I did not expect that scoreline. Because obviously Newcastle are a great team. I mean, it's not long ago they won the Carabao Cup. And also they got a chance for the Champions League football again. And I think it sends a real message out to the other teams in the Champions League places. I think we absolutely tore them apart. And we destroyed them. I think physically we battled really well. Because we know with Newcastle, they have a lot of height in their team. It looks at Dan Burn, like, Fabian Shaw. And I thought Emery got the game plan spot on. I was glad this time actually that Ollie Watkins led the line. He's been out of favour a lot. But I wanted him to start this game. It's perfect performance. And he wants to fight for his position. And I think Watkins, you can't fault his work rate. The way he stretches defenders. And, he was very effective. And every time he got the ball on the left-hand side, his hold-up play was brilliant. I mean, Watkins, what he likes to do is, he likes to drag players out of position. And, I'm just excited now. I don't really want the season to end. But Watkins, he's a crucial striker for us. And he set the tone for the game. He scored straight away. And the whole 90 minutes, Watkins just ran his socks off. And he deserved the player of the match at the end of the game. And another player that impressed me was Ian Matson. And I think I said this on the reaction video yesterday. But Matson, he gives you something different, especially going forward. And he got into some great positions. But I think when I look at Matson, he's a real attacking fullback. And he actually reminds me a little bit of sort of like Ashley Cole, sort of in his prime at Chelsea. Because, Matson just chip in on the goals. And he rifled it into that top corner. And also, it's nice as well that he's got competition for Luke and Digne as well. Because it's nice that in Emery's team, we've both got two like, world-class left-backs. And I think John McGinn, he showed real passion. And like he did against PSG, the way he took the game from the scruff of his neck. He really drove the team forward. I think with McGinn, I can't fault the way how he presses as well. I mean, against Newcastle, he didn't give them time to breathe. He didn't allow them a second on the ball. And he's really not, he's not Captain Marvel. I think he's sort of like a captain, but he leads by example. And if they do get to the FA Cup final, McGinn is the great captain to lead in the FA Cup final. And I think with McGinn, obviously, not just because he's Scottish, but also, like, he just shows pure passion and desire. He's like a bit of an old-fashioned sort of Premier League player, sort of that played in like the 1990s. But also, like, like Roy Keane. And I love his desire, McGinn. And he got a few interceptions in that game. And in the Newcastle players, he was sort of right in their faces. I'm going to talk about Emi Martinez. I thought he was absolutely key to the victory. Because what Martinez did is, he sort of slowed the play down. And he sort of drew in the Newcastle players. Because one thing is, Martinez, with the Emery team as well, they not to play out for the back. With Martinez, he's very important to that build-up play. And kicking at Martinez as well. A few times, he got into the strikers a few times. He kept playing the ball into Watkins. And come on, he's got good distribution. And I have to mention as well, I think Yuri Tielemans, I think he's got such brilliant vision. The way how he sprays the ball sort of over the pitch with those passes. I don't know what you think, Villa fans. If I had to pick a player of the season right now, I think I would say it'd be Yuri Tielemans. Because he has been performing consistently this season. And I've talked about that Onana goal as well. What a rocket by Amadou Onana. I had actually a good view of it at Villa Park. It's one of those goals which you'll never forget. But we know with Onana, though, he can hit them from distance. But that one was just pure quality. Tyker Belson. I think I'm actually glad that Onana's back in the team again. Because I just loved Onana, like I said a few weeks ago. He reminds me of like a Yaya Toure. He really drives the team forward. And his physicality as well. Look, he's got some good height in there. And he gets stuck in as well. And he gives you protection with the back four as well. And I love his tenacity as well. Not sure to win the ball back. He's one of those players, he puts out fires. A bit similar to Kamara's role. He gets stuck in. But I did see the game, at Villa Park. Because I went to the game, we hit the woodwork 3 times. And I think it could have been more than 4-1. Quite easily. I mean, it could have been 6-1. 7-1 with the chances we had. Yes, so yeah, but what a performance. I would actually say that Newcastle performance, in terms of the importance of the result, I would say this is the biggest result of the season. Because the thing is, it gives a real chance in Champions League. And if we get Champions League football, again, it would be amazing achievements. Because I did say that we're joined with Forest, 57 points. So it's definitely all to play for. Well, we got a big test on Tuesday tomorrow at the Etihad Stadium. The Etihad Stadium is a hard place to go to. It's not easy to get results. But with Man City, I did say that they're in a good run of form at the moment. But going into this game, as we have to remember, Aston Villa are in good form as well. But I think in this game, or ideally, I think as long as we don't, it's a must not lose game, I think. If we could get at least a draw, I think I'd be happy with that. But with the FA Cup semi-final coming up, it'd be interesting what team you put out. Emery. But the thing is, I did say that the other day. But actually, I did say Crystal Palace. They play the day after Aston Villa. So we get an extra day of extra rest. But this time of the season, Man City seem to get results with Guardiola. It's always towards the end of the season. Seem to get like a good run together. It seems to happen every season with Man City. So I do think Man City, I do think they'll finish in Champions League places. So hopefully we will join Man City as well. But the games come thick and fast. Because then after the Tuesday's game, we have to rest. Then we have to go again, obviously for Saturday. Which we need to win. We need to win on Saturday. I think going into the Crystal Palace game, we will be the favourites. But I think, like, with Oliver Glasner, the last few times, he's got the better of Unai Emery, but at least with Crystal Palace, we know what to expect from them. But the big thing is we need to keep the looks of Mateta, and I think Eze quiet. If we do that, as long as we play our best, I think we'll win that game. We're going back to the Man City game. I think defensively, we have to be on top form. So now Mings might maybe start again. We have to deal with Man City's attacking press. Because Marmoush has been playing really well. And also he plays for the same country as Mo Salah. Because he's an Egyptian as well. But the way he plays, he's very similar to Mo Salah. But he can finish as well, Marmoush. And his shooting accuracy is pretty good as well. But the thing is as well, don't give Kevin De Bruyne, don't give him too much space and time on the ball, because if you do that, you get punished. Because with Kevin De Bruyne, he's got real quality on the ball, and he's got something to prove, especially because it's his last season at Man City. So we have to, and also the other player that I like from Man City is Mateo Kovacic. He's a player that can shoot for distance, he can score goals, and he's got quite a good long range passing range as well. So I think another player we need to be aware of, because he's a Croatian international. And I did see that he scored in the Everton game as well. He scored against Everton on the weekend as well. But the thing is, we shouldn't fear Man City. Because with Emery, we've got so many good options off the bench. I mean, you got the likes of Rashford, you got North, you got Marlon, you got Asensio. So we've got some real good options off that bench, which can be effective in any game. Don't want you say, as in strength in depth, we're stronger than most sides in the Premier League. Even like the likes of, like Newcastle. And that's where I think Newcastle are lacking. I think of that strength in depth. But I'm looking forward to the game. It's going to be, I'm watching it on Sky Sports. I think it's going to be very competitive. Just go and drink. I'm just going to drink. But feel free to comment in the comment section as well. We can read some comments at the end of the video. Let me just have this drink. But talking about Kevin De Bruyne, I'll talk a little bit more about him. Really, he's had a great career at Man City. And we look at Kevin De Bruyne. He's a Man City, not just Man City legend. He's a Premier League legend as well. And he's one of the best midfielders that's probably ever graced the Premier League. Because he's a very gifted player. Actually, he's actually sad that it is his last season at Man City. Because he's always going to be remembered. At one point, I probably would have said he's the best midfielder in the world. Before the likes of, Rodri. But if you look at it, like, he scored some important goals for Man City over the years. Because they've won, like, Premier League titles, Man City. Obviously, they've won trophies over the years. And Kevin De Bruyne has scored some important goals. Like, he always seems to come up in the goods. Not when Man City need him. Obviously, hopefully not tomorrow night. But also, not just scoring goals, it's the assists he gets and the chances he creates. And we know with Kevin De Bruyne, look, he has great, excellent vision. Because I think he's got a good footballing brain, I think. And he can shoot from distance. And, he's one of those footballers, he knows the game really well. He can sort of read the game really well. But I did see, actually, I watched a documentary the other day about him that he's been at Man City for a decade, 10 years ago. Although it doesn't actually feel like that long ago, because I remember when he signed for Man City from, I think it was Chelsea. But I would actually say he's one of my favourite players that have played in the Premier League, especially in the Premier League era. And also, I think he used to play for Chelsea, but with Chelsea, he didn't kind of fit in at Chelsea. They didn't really give him a chance, but Man City did. And since Pep Guardiola, I think that's improved him as a player even more. A bit similar to what Emery's done at Villa, I think. But I think with Chelsea, because De Bruyne, I think that wasn't the right club for him. But ever since, well, he's just been incredible. Well, I'm going to get some stats on the screen, just so you can all see about Kevin De Bruyne. And he's got an incredible, his Premier League record. I mean, the matches he played, 283 games. He scored 71 goals. And assists, he got 121, which is a great statistic, really. It's a great stats to have. So, yeah, I would actually choose him, probably. If I want to choose an all-time Premier League 11, I think Kevin De Bruyne would possibly be in there, I think. So it's important tomorrow night. The Villa do not give him too much space. They need to deal with Kevin De Bruyne because I think he's got a real point to prove. As it's his last season at Man City. So let's go on to the next question. Anyone wants to get involved in this question, you can. So in the worst case scenario, Aston Villa fans, we don't qualify for the Champions League. Should Aston Villa fans still be happy if we get Europa League football? Well, feel free to comment, but I'll tell you what I think. Obviously, I feel gutted because we've been playing very well at the moment, and we're in real good form. So I think it would be a real shame if we don't get Champions League football. But in the end, I mean, Emery, he has got a good record in the Europa League, and he has won that competition 4 times. So in the worst case scenario, if we don't, if we win the Europa League, it's a great way to get in the Champions League the following season. Let's have a little look at some comments. I won't read some comments while I'm here. So I've got my dad's tuned in. Another great episode. Trying to keep up the great work up the Villa. Thank you to my biggest fan. We've got Michael Huggins. Hello, Chad. Great to see you again on Saturday. Yeah, it's great to see you. It was great to see you, Michael. Again, great to have a good catch up. And yeah, I can't wait for the event. So can you remind all who wants to come to the fundraiser for Acorns, if they don't, £10 and leaves their name, they'll be entered to win tickets for the following game. Yeah, it's worth getting that tickets if you can. It's a great prize. So if you can, try and get entered into that and come to the event because you get 2 for them tickets. Well, then, so Mark Huggins again. We have to go for Champions League football now. Our focus must be on this. Yeah, I think that's true, Michael. I think we're in good form as well. And like I said at the start of the show, momentum is with us. And, I think we're playing really well at the moment. We're probably playing some of the best football we've seen since Emery took over. If we can get it and get Champions League football again, it'll be a great achievement. But yeah, but I think all the fans, they want Champions League as well. I think I would be disappointed if we get Europa League. But, and also, I think just in general, with Unai Emery, it's important, with Aston Villa, that we are competing consistently for the European places every season in order for the football club to progress as well. And also financially, you help the club go forward as well, especially with PSR. So we're going to talk a little bit in detail about Man City's season so far. And to be honest, I don't think they'll be at their best this season. I don't think Man City, they are beatable. And we already beat them once this season, back in December. But really, their performances haven't been brilliant. I still think Man City will get Champions League football. That's what I personally think. But I think defensively, Man City has struggled as well. They've missed sort of leadership at the back, I think. So I think we can score against them. I've actually got a feeling, actually, that Marcus Rashford, he can be effective against Man City. Obviously, as we know, he's played against them before. But I think his pace could really trouble City, I think. Especially the fullbacks. So I think we can definitely, I think our attack can cause them problems. But I think with Man City, a lot of teams now, they're starting to find a way out how they can play. They're starting to figure them out. That's why I'm putting more in Man City. They haven't done as well this season. But I think, like I said, Man City, they seem to do well at the end of the season. Guardiola seems to manage to get the results then, I think. But always at the right time. But so it's not the best time to play them, but I think both teams are both playing well. So I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow night. But if Man City, if they fail to finish Champions League, it'll be an absolute disaster for them. But I still think the Man City fans, they need to be patient. They need to trust Guardiola, I think. But the thing that worries me, I think, is the FA Cup. But obviously, if we play Man City in the final, I don't want Man City to win it. It'd be nice if Villa win it, because it makes a change. But Man City are going to go for the FA Cup, though, I think. Because it's the only way for them to get a trophy. So I think of that Forest game, I think Man City will get that everything. So I'm going to talk about the next talking point now. I'm going to talk about Jack Grealish. So it'll be interesting what happens with his future. But I think there is a chance that Grealish might be at Man City next season, especially in the summer. I think with Jack Grealish, he's been a very frustrated character. And I think he's a player that needs first team football. And I mean, he's nearly 30 soon. So for him, he wants to fight to get back in the England squad. But maybe in the future, though, I could see Jack Grealish being at Villa, I think. It just depends if he can make the wage cut. And obviously, if Jack Grealish wants to come back. But, a lot of Villa fans with Jack Grealish. I've got a love story with Jack Grealish. And I think he could still be useful in the Champions League, especially. The one that used to win free kicks, taking on players. But the good thing is, since without Grealish, we're not a one-man team. Because before, when Grealish was there, sort of to take on Grealish. But I'm not seeing Grealish maybe playing the Champions League in the future. But I can see Jack Grealish maybe in the summer going to somewhere like West Ham or somewhere like Spurs. Because there he'd be guaranteed first team football. Because we'll see Jack Grealish at Man City, he's a bench warmer. And he looks a real frustrating character. Well, so we're going towards the end of the podcast. So I'll just talk about one more thing before we finish. I really can't wait for Saturday. And so, Villa fans, you have to look out for me. And if you do see me there, you have to say hello to me at Wembley. Because I'm really excited. I feel confident going into Saturday. We should be the favourites going into the game. But Crystal Palace, though, I don't think it'd be an easy game. They've already beat us a few times. But hopefully this time, Unai Emery gets the better of Oliver Glasner. But it's a huge opportunity. But I think the Villa fans will be in full voice. And more than that, I've been doing a match day vlog at Wembley, so I'll be recording that while I'm there. So then you can check out my day out afterwards. But I'm just counting down the days now. I think this could be our year. We need to win the FA Cup. Because I think that would mean a lot to me and a lot to all the Villa fans. So yeah, so Kai Sarah, we're going to Wembley and bring it on Man City Tuesday. Then bring it on for Wembley. So yeah, I'll read one more comment for a few more comments will finish. So we've got Lawrence at the Villa. Go Craig James. Go Governor. This is what the bottom up. Oh, then we got Michael Huggins. I'm just about to drive. But we'll chat later. Have a great show. Let's get the 3 points tomorrow. At the Villa. Well, this was a different episode today. But even though I was on my own, I hope you enjoyed it. But on Thursday, I'll be speaking to a Crystal Palace podcast. I think it's called Eagle Eye Football, I think it's called. So we'll get a Crystal Palace podcast up. On Thursday night, we've been talking about the semi-final at Wembley. But thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to hit the like button. Also, if you're listening via audio, make sure to leave me a good review. That always helps. Make sure to give it a share. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to wrap up this episode with Villa forever and up the Villa.